everyone, I am here today to review The Glass Hotel for you by Emily St John Mandel. I received a free copy of this book from the publishers via NetGalley, and I am glad that I had the chance to pick this book up because I'm not sure that it's something I would have easily picked up on my own otherwise. Despite really loving Station 11, this isn't a book with a plot that would have sounded even remotely interesting to me because it's not a book that you can easily describe what even happens in it. The summary for this book is just really sort of wishy-washy. Yeah, that description just wouldn't pull me in. So the fact that I got to pick this up through NetGalley kind of helped me get exposed to this book. And I actually gave this book 4 stars in the end. So it was definitely worth the dabbling for me. Where to start with reviewing this book though? As I said, it's a very difficult book to describe the plot in any sort of meaningful way at all. So the novel follows 2 siblings. They're actually half siblings, but 2 siblings they will now be known for the rest of this review. We have got Paul and Vincent. Vincent is actually a girl, and this name is referenced as being unusual for a girl within the book, which made it a bit better for me because it did annoy me the entire way through the book. I was like, why is a girl called Vincent? It's not a girl's name. It was driving me nuts. So yeah, I am glad that it was brought up as being an unusual name for a girl. So at the beginning of the novel, we know that Paul is in therapy and that he, as a teenager, dabbled with drugs, which led to someone he knew dying of taking like a bad drug, essentially, that had come from him. That's just the very beginning of the book. It's not really related to any of the later plot, except that it does affect him later on in life. It's something that's kind of always in the back of his mind, and it does help serve and kind of easing into the plot and us meeting Vincent. And this is while I'm very much still involved in understanding exactly where we are, because my problem with this book is that I was always struggling to stay fully involved in the book and understand what was going on and whose perspective I was reading from at any given time. It was like being in a really rough sea and someone struck me a rubber ring to try and keep myself afloat with, and I'm just kind of almost drowning constantly and just managing to just about hold on to the rubber ring in a choppy sea. That is how I felt reading this book. There were times when if it had been a different author, I would have DNF'd this book for sure, because it was just too much for me. I was like, why am I struggling with something that, sure, I'm finding fun and interesting, but struggling with all the same? Why am I struggling? And it was getting really frustrating, but I was like, no, keep at it, it might pay off. It paid off. I like to describe this book as magically interwoven in such a complex manner, yet also a beautiful mess. As I said, it is difficult to describe the plot, so once we have left the initial introduction-y bits, we learn that later on both Vincent and Paul separately end up working at a hotel, which is on an island that you can only access by boat. That is a very lavish hotel. It's kind of rich and swanky and very much a well-to-do place to go. And then some other mysteries evolve from this, so I can't really go into those. And to describe the plot of this book without spoilers is quite tricky. Just know that there's the mystery aspect, there's a disappearance, there's some like overbearing crime that kind of flits throughout the novel. There's potential for murder, there's money-making schemes, and there's the financial crash of 2008, so it's a wish-wash of a book, yet by the end it all really works. The ending is something that for me is so memorable. I have got this stuck in my head now and I can't see it leaving my head anytime soon because it was jaw-droppingly beautiful in the way that it all tidied itself up at the end, and it's possibly up there as one of my favourite book endings of all time. I just couldn't forgive the fact that it was a mess to get there. So if you are looking at picking this book up, or you are currently reading this book and you're struggling and you're checking out people's reviews to try and help you work out what you're doing, just keep going. That's what I did, just keep going. Don't worry if you're not understanding everything. Don't worry if you're not connecting who the heck you're even reading from right now versus what is going on in the story. Or maybe you kind of understand what's going on, but you're like, how is this related to anything else that you have read so far? Because that was a genuine thing for me too. And just know that even for someone who doesn't read an awful lot of literary fiction and that struggles with it a lot of the time, managed to piece it all together in the end and loved it. So it can't be that bad overall, really. And yeah, I hope if you do pick it up that you really enjoy it. If you've read this book or if you're looking to read this book, please drop me a comment down below with your thoughts, because I would love to know everything that you have experienced with your reading experience of this book. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe by clicking the image of me if you want to see more book reviews and other bookish content from me, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!